tears in my eyes. It reminds me of July the 26th, 1990, when gathered there on the south lawn of the White House, more than 3,000 of us watched President Bush and heard him say those words as he really created the Emancipation Act for people with disabilities. Because until that day, an employer could look me in the eye and say, "You're in a wheelchair, therefore you may not work for me," without any consideration of the abilities, the training, the education, or the work that I might have put into getting that job and doing that work. But on that date, 43 million people in the United States, and many more after that, have been freed from the risk of discrimination. It, however, hasn't changed everything, because people still behave the way people do, and we're making dramatic improvements in attitudes and in the infrastructure. Every day we make changes that make life better for people with disabilities, but there are many, many challenges to come. We're so happy that the Alexander Institute for Inclusion and the Real Abilities people wanted to acknowledge the 25th anniversary of the ADA this year with the Real Abilities program, and to acknowledge the role that President Bush played. And we're very, very happy that his grandson, Pierce, is with us here today to accept that acknowledgement. Now, Pierce, I know that you will report to President Bush the good spirit that exists here among all of us, and how grateful we are to him for the work that he did, the leadership he played. It was more than the signature of a pen on a piece of paper, but it was years of effort on his part. And I remember in his inaugural address saying that one of the achievements he wanted to record during his presidency was an Equal Rights Act for people with disabilities. Well, he did that, and we will forever be grateful for him. And we wanted to acknowledge that. We thought about what we might give you to take to him, and it occurred to us that he probably had all the brass plaques that he could have. So we found a photograph of a tattered and worn accessibility symbol. The photograph was taken by a young woman named Melissa Shapiro, and Melissa works at a group called the Celebration Company. It's a vocational training and employment transition program, and the people who work there create art and cards and other objects that you can buy, and I recommend it, by the way. The Celebration Company produces these objects, and Melissa was kind enough to let us use her photograph to present to you, to present to President Bush. Melissa can't be here with us today, but I'm glad that her family is here, and we have a short video.